We are super stoked about this week's guest, Julie Cousins, wife of Kirk Cousins. I mean, this woman was born at Northside Hospital in Atlanta. She was raised in Alpharetta. I mean, how do you look back at this crazy offseason for you and your family? And did you ever think that this whole football journey would lead you back home?
It's pretty unbelievable, literally. Has not hit me yet. I feel like I'm kind of just visiting right now. I think maybe it will take sitting in the stadium wearing my Falcons gear and watching Kirk on the field for it to really sink in.
Right.
That I'm home, I live here now, and I'm surrounded by my friends and family for my whole life. It's really, really special.
It's funny because, you know, we heard from Kirk the day that he signed talking about Atlanta is home. But the home part of it is actually the extension of you, like what Kelly was talking about. So what is it about Atlanta that makes Atlanta home for you? I know obviously born and raised here, but I don't know, what does Atlanta mean to you?
Well, like she said, I was born at Northside Hospital. My parents have lived in their house in Alpharetta since I think 1986.
Oh wow.
They will never move. They love it. They have the greatest neighborhood. My brothers are each 5 minutes away. It's just that home feeling is priceless, and I just love going back to their house because it's sentimental, because I was raised there. Now I can just easily go there any day of the week.
Right.
The people here just have a warmth to them, and we moved into our new house recently, and our neighbors are just the most welcoming people I've ever met.
That's
we
awesome.
had welcome baskets galore, and it's not because we are Falcons players. It's because they do that for everybody.
Right.
Aww.
And just in a really great neighborhood. Our kids have met so many friends already, and Georgia is just really special to my family.
That's incredible. I want to go back to how you and Kirk met, because you guys met at a bowl game where Georgia, where you went, was playing his school, Michigan State. How does one meet the opposing quarterback of the other team as a fan? I want to get into how that actually happened.
It's a long story, Kirk laughs, because I have trouble telling the short version, but basically our moms have the same best friend.
What? That is crazy.
She lived in Kirk's neighborhood when he was young, maybe before he was even born, actually.
Wow.
And then she moved to Atlanta and taught high school with my mom at Milton High School. And so we became friends with her while she was keeping in touch with Kirk's family over the years. And all of a sudden she said, "Julie, you need to meet Kirk Cousins. You guys would be great together." And this is my last year at the University of Georgia, and I knew, once she explained it, I knew Kirk was in Michigan, and I thought, oh great, but how would I ever cross paths with him? Sounds like a great idea, but we'll see. And a few months later, Georgia and Michigan State were matched up in a bowl game in Tampa, Florida, where you said you're from. And I was going to go to the game anyways, and so the matchmaker made her way down there, and she said, "How about we just introduce you after the game?" And that's what happened. I just said, "Hi, I'm Julie, and I know Becky," and that was really it. We just said hi, and a few months later he called me and asked me on a date. But I just believe that we were meant to be.
We've heard from Kirk about how he's literally sat on your parents' couch watching Falcons and other games with your family. And how wild is it to think that now your husband is going to be helping those teams that your family loves so much?
Like I said, it just really has not sunken in. On the way down, I think maybe I started to think, wow, I'm going to have almost 100 people interested in going to the games, probably. How are we going to handle this? And I started reaching out to my relatives just to say, do you think you would want to go to almost every game? Because maybe we should all get season tickets. And I started brainstorming, and almost every single one of my aunts and uncles and my cousins and my brothers, they all said yes.
That's awesome.
And that shows you how excited they are to get behind it, to get behind the team. And we support all the teams, so you know, sports are always on our TV.
It's so funny you talk about your extended family, like 50 members of the extended family having season tickets. Does that honestly make it easier for you to not have to worry about people calling day up, being like, "Hey, Julie, can you get me some tickets?"
Yes. I love to plan and organize, so that has always been fun for me over the years. Who's coming to the game, and you know, how are we going to figure out the ticket situation and how they're getting to the game?
Yeah.
And when are we going to see them? That part is really fun. And I was feeling overwhelmed that it's so many people. How can we make this work? And so, as crazy as it sounds, yes, I think we have 48 season tickets amongst all of us, and we're able to be near each other. And my dad, I think it was my dad, was joking, like, let's let's call it Cousins Corner. So hopefully,
That's so cute.
hopefully it's okay, and we are under the radar a little bit. They wanted to do matching T-shirts.
Not kind of radar.
We'll see. I said we'll see.
What's the reception been like for you guys when you go out to eat or go to the grocery store or anything like that? Like, are people recognizing you guys and Kirk?
It is noticeably just incredibly warm. Almost everywhere we go, we encounter somebody welcoming us. And just so happy we're here and telling us they're diehard Falcons fans and trying to plug us in. And honestly, now that we're kind of in my home area, we're running into people I know from my childhood or they know my relatives, and it's just really fun.
And that leads me to my next question. After the quarterback series that I'm sure so many fans before you guys even came here, Falcons fans recognized you from, how has that kind of changed your life? And people seeing you from that and being like, oh, I loved you guys' story on that show.
Well, I really like to be behind the scenes. So I'm trying to work on doing things like this where I'm out of my comfort zone. And so when Kirk said, you know, we're going to film a show, I thought, great, you go for it.
Have fun.
And then I wouldn't know when they were showing up sometimes. And I would just say, you know what, I just have to be myself.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my pajamas right now in my backyard. There's nothing I can do. This is me. Come on in. And I think people appreciated that. I heard from a lot of people that said that they just really appreciated how normal we are. And I think that show captured it. And I wasn't trying to do anything, but just I'm doing the best I can just to raise my kids and help Kirk. That I was just like, I can't. I don't have the capacity to try to even worry about doing this show. So I just tried to relax and be myself, like I'm doing today. And I think people really appreciated that. And now when we went to the premiere in Los Angeles, they said to me, you watch, now people are going to stop you. And I laughed. No, they're not, but they are.
Oh my God.
They are, and it's sweet. I'll be at the sporting goods store and they'll say, we love your family. And you're like, who are you? And I'm not even with Kirk, it's just me. And I just really appreciate the support people have kind of jumped on now that they've seen more into our home and our family life and how we do things. I think some people have become fans, which is nice.